Okay, welcome back, everybody. It's Aaron Utley again here at Games and Stuff in Glen Burnie, Maryland for our 100-point benefit for the Marine Corps Toys for Tots Foundation. We're back with round two. We're going to have Marcus McAllister flying Poe, Wedge, and Biggs against Stephen Michael running Commander Kenkirk in a Decimator and Darth Vader in his TIE Advanced. So bear with me. I will get these lists up here in a sec. So there's something I've not seen yet. There's BB-8 on Wedge, BB-8 allowing him to take a free barrel roll action when he reveals a green maneuver. So that will be something different. Don't see a whole lot of Biggs anymore, so that's something sort of new. Don't see a whole lot of 3 X-Wing lists for that matter. R4D8 I'm going to have to pull up here. Off the top of my head, not real sure what that's going to be. I think that's 35.
That's
and advanced targeting computer X1 and engines on Vader. Not an unusual build for Vader. Pretty strong individual ship there. We got a 65-point decimator there in Kenkirk with Emperor Palpatine, Sansar, Lone Wolf, EI, Experimental Interface. I'll have to go look at that. Here we go, and they're just about ready to get set up. Let me go take a look at these lists. A couple things I'm not real clear on, so give me just a minute.
This one we'll do is shoot here again. So I just roll like you did before, one on each.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I read it.
Yeah, I think I wrote EI actually, but it's assume you're going here, right?
Okay, I got to be honest. Okay, so first things first. That is not EI. That was it's engines on Kenkirk. So that makes a little more sense.
You gotta say, I know, I'm sorry. I can decide.
Wasn't real clear on the squad sheet. So Kenkirk has Palpatine, Asanazard, which will start giving him free evades once he's into hull. Palpatine, of course, we know how that works. Can modify any friendly die roll once per turn to pretty much whatever he wants. Now the confusing one is R4D6, the astromech droid on Biggs. I've never seen that, so I'm going to have to read that again. I just read it and it's a mystery to me. So let me take a look at that again. It's R4D6. There we go. So it's a 1-point astromech. When you are hit by an attack and there are at least 3 uncancelled hit results, not crits, just hits, you may choose to cancel those results until there are 2 remaining. For each result canceled this way, receive 1 stress. Okay. So if he really gets pummeled, he can modify it down to 2 hits. Doesn't impact crits, but so that's a pretty situational astromech droid. We'll see how that works. You can see Mark's X-Wings down the bottom left, and Steven's got Vader and his Decimator up in the top right there. The Decimator's pointed from right to left, right along the edge of the board, and Vader is turned up to turn in right behind him. So that's what we'll see when they get started. And we'll be getting started here in a second. And here they go. So time has started. And first we're going to see Biggs move very conservatively 1 forward. And focus. I think this might be a couple turns till we get into any shooting. So we had a bye last round. I'm not sure if we do this round. If we do, I don't see the bye player. I'll try to get him over here so he can talk with us a little bit, but I don't see him right now. So if there's a bye guy, not sure where he's at. And so there goes Wedge. I think we're likely to see more of the same from Poe. Nice conservative formation flying up the lower edge of the play area. Marcus is right from his point of view. Looks like more of you have decided to join us. There's 15 of you on with me now, so welcome to all of you. Again, we're at the second of 3 local benefits for the Marine Corps Toys for Tots Foundation. Last week we had a 100-point tournament down at Dream Wizards over in Rockville. Today we're here at in Glen Burnie at Games and Stuff. It's a fantastic store. We actually have 3 things going on in here. We got a Flames of War tournament, a 40K tournament, and our big X-Wing tournament, and plenty of space for all 3. So really, really nice store here in Glen Burnie. And tomorrow, down in Ashburn at Huzzah Hobbies, I'll be running our 3rd of these, a Team Epic event, and that we should be joined by some active duty Marines and representatives from Toys for Tots, and 1 or 2 guys from the local 501st who are going to come while we come and help us give those toys to Toys for Tots. Well, of course, I have the pilot skill on the Decimator at 65. That's what it is. It's a special pilot skill 65 Decimator. There we go. And X-Wing's coming around. There's up at the top of the board, you can just see that Decimator kind of ticking along there. Decimator's on one of those big, tall, epic sticks, so he's kind of out of the screen. I have a feeling not much of the shooting's going to be going on up there, so we should have more to look at here in a minute.
so?
All right, and there's Wedge. And I'm just going to go ahead and guess that we're probably going to see a two-turn from Poe. If Poe doesn't shoot off down the board to try and split away from these three. No, there we go. Going to keep them all in formation, moving to the left. As we dance around the board and try to get together to get some dice rolling.
Right. The biggest thing was I was going to spread out. I needed something.
Well, thanks to all of you who are joining us on Twitch today.
And it'll probably help you today. So if you increase your first objective, put it as close to the center of the table as you can. Because then you can.
Vader's coming around, so Vader's going to flank these X-Wings.
So the reason I did this is because I have range and I'm attacking. So you're not coming over there.
We don't have any pilot skill conflicts, so
And I'm going to spread my forces.
initiative not really an issue.
Try to pull ruse and see how you. Because you're heavy on this side, break your gun.
Looks like both players have chosen to bring rocks. I'm not sure who brought what, but I do see the mustache out there, so we're certain to see 4 or 5 players hit that, because that's typically how it goes.
Basically, they were just there to shoot the hornies when they came out.
And just about through with maneuvers. Pretty straightforward, as we're all just kind of in the setup here. So I assume we're going to see a 2 straight here, or even a 3 straight, 2 straight. Well, we'll have to see how it plays out. If they're going to converge, or he's going to push real hard to get Vader around behind these X-Wings and shoot up Biggs, but keeping them all close together like this, certainly that's Marcus's gimmick, is to force him to shoot at Biggs, because they're going to have to. And our Decimator's coming around there at the top of the board now. Wouldn't surprise me terribly to see Wedge do a 1 straight here and go ahead and bump. And he's revealed a green maneuver, so he's going to get that BB-8 barrel roll to the left. I totally forgot about that. And the 1 straight. That'll clear that stress. So, nicely done. He pushed the limit off that BB-8 roll for stress. Then a straightforward green maneuver to clear it. Pretty straightforward. Very similar to the advanced sensors PTL mechanic that I'm pretty familiar with, having played a lot of Key and Farlander. Do that a lot. And here comes Vader. Be surprised if he doesn't boost here. No reason for him not to, and he does. No range just yet. So no shooting quite yet.
With the hornies, because they're the big guns. See what you were going to do, but
Sort of curious to see what Vader does here in this next turn. If Vader moves straight and boosts and moves conservatively, if all of these X-Wings turn in hard into him, he could have a little bit of a problem with that. Okay, so he's going to roll to sort of mitigate that moving into the next turn, so that's not going to be an issue. And that's it. So we're cleaning up the board and going on to the next turn. So after that, before that barrel roll, it did, Mike, look like you're correct. It looked like Vader might get himself in a little trouble in the gauge early, but Steven rolled him to the left, giving himself a little more breathing room. I wouldn't be surprised to see a really fast, aggressive, long move from Vader here in the next turn to go ahead and really try and flank these X-Wings. So Vader with a long straight move and then a boost should be able to keep out from in front of the X-Wings. We're going to probably see Kenkirk go ahead and move for that notch and get through those rocks. But we'll see how it plays out. They're selecting their maneuvers, deciding what to do. Apologize that we lost Mr. Howard. He's got some family commitments today. That was a little bit of a bummer. Always more interesting when I've got someone to talk to. It's certainly a player as good as Jeremy. Get a little bit better commentary. A little bit dry with just me calling these things. So what do we got here? And there was the hard turn, just in case Vader turns into them. They'll be ready for that, but I don't expect that. I think with so it's a straight move, so he's not going to commit to coming through that notch. He's going to check to see if he can boost around. Kenkirk, carrying engine upgrade here, can move completely around that rock. So I think that's what he's taking a look at. See if he can boost clear the rock without clipping it. I can't see because nope, he cannot. Can't fit in there. But I think he's going to go ahead and boost straight. Yep, and there he goes. So he's going to boost straight, get him on, get him in place for what my guess would be is a too hard on the next to get him back around behind these X-Wings. But if Vader turns in here, I think we're going to. Okay, so he's not in range for a target lock from Wedge there. So he's going to go ahead and focus. And kind of what we'd expect, a too hard from Poe there, get him in position so they can potentially focus fire on Vader if he doesn't push hard and get out of this arc. But I expect Steven to pretty aggressively move to get out of here. But we'll see. See what he does. Oh, and he does turn in. Well, that's surprising. Not what I expected. I thought he'd a good speed move. The outcome's going to be similar. So he's not in too much trouble. It's going to boost. Nah, it's clearly out of arc. So there we go. Same outcome. Got there in a different way. But he gets free of all those X-Wings. So Biggs is going to get shot up because he has to be. Range 3 through a rock for Kenkirk. So he's going to Palpatine that. So hitting 2 crits are the result there. And rolls 2 evades and 1 get through. So Biggs is down 1 shield. But that's it. None of the X-Wings have arc. Their options are going to be pretty limited here. Afraid they're going to all have to K-turn. Not sure what he's going to do here. Let's see how it plays out. Yeah, Mal, that's kind of what I expected. I thought he was going to move a hard straight, boost around, and then roll. Would have given him a little more clearance on that rock, a little bit better positioning. But I mean, the outcome is very, very similar. So. I think that might have been a little bit. I'm not certain. I can't read Steven's mind, but maybe he was wondering, well, what if all those X-wings anticipate the decimator turning up through that notch between those rocks and turn into the decimator? If they do, then he could put Vader in a good position to shoot there. So here are the K-turns from the X-wings, which is really all they can do. I mean, they can't just keep turning around these rocks. When I was first learning how to play, a good friend of mine made the point that you don't destroy 100% of the ships you're not pointed at. So certainly it stresses them and it's not ideal, but got to get these guys turned around so that their guns are pointed the right way. But opportunity missed for Marcus. That first pass, ideally he wants to get these three ships' guns trained on somebody, and it didn't quite work out. But turning around, hitting reset, stressing everybody, and we'll see where we go from here. So 3 hard from Vader. I'd expect he's going to boost around and then roll back out of arc. But we'll see. I don't know, he's going to take a look at it. And that's a good point. Would have been a little more economical with his actions. So he rolls out of arc. Making sure he's clear of Kenkirk on this next turn. We'll probably take a conservative move to the left. Looks like we've got Poe. Poe shooting at Kenkirk there. He's going to go ahead and take that shield. He's shooting back at Wedge at range 3. It's really loud. I think he thinks I need to hear what he's talking about. I don't. But. Looks like a crit goes through on Wedge. Didn't see what that was. I'll go check that out while they pick their maneuvers. Hang on. And the crit on Wedge was a blinded pilot crit. So not great for Biggs for the next turn. So unfortunately for they should both be 1-0, yes. So unfortunately for Marcus, He's going to have Wedge in a pretty good position on this next turn, but he, with that blinded pilot crit, he won't be rolling any dice. So, pretty good turn of events for Steven there. Range just correct to allow him to take those shots on Wedge and not have to engage Biggs. Probably have to spread it out a little bit more in this next turn, but able to get that crit in and spare himself a solid attack from Wedge on this next turn. So a good outcome. All right, all our dials are down. So first we're going to see move these X-Wings out of the way. And what are we getting here? A 4 straight. Stressed. So that's different. Working the position to get Biggs back out in front of these people and keep them in range so that they can go ahead and execute green maneuvers and still benefit from his ability to draw fire. So I think that's what we've seen there, but I'm afraid where he's at here, Wedge is probably going to boost, which is not the end of the world. I mean, Wedge is going to bump, not the end of the world because he can't shoot anyway. But let's see how that works. Kenkirk's going to boost, so getting him out of arc of Biggs. No, he didn't re-roll. He modified his result with Palpatine. And so Wedge is going to bump there. So no actions from Wedge, but Kenkirk will have to engage Biggs this turn, which is a better outcome than likely killing Wedge if he didn't have to. So it looks like another bump there. They're going to have to slide him up. So no actions for Poe. And Vader just kind of taking off there, staying out of arc, not engaging. Using Kenkirk to put his damage on those X-Wings. He's going to barrel roll and boost. I think that gets him out of all but Wedge's arc, and Wedge won't be shooting. So pretty solid move from Vader there. Checking to see if Poe has arc on. He does. He has a rock. So he's going to have a range 1 shot with no... checking the range on his arc. So the Poe rolls 1 hit and he evades it. Okay, so he shoots at Biggs at range 1 now. 4 dice. He's going to reroll Lone Wolf. So it's a hit and 2 crit on Biggs. Biggs will roll 1 shield and a crit. It's a console fire on Biggs. So that's the gift that keeps on giving. Console fire will continue to damage Biggs if he doesn't take the action to remove it. Biggs is stressed right now, so Biggs is going to have to take a green maneuver on this turn to be able to take the action to mitigate the console fire. So kind of some nasty crits for Marcus here in the early game. He had one round where Wedge could have shot up Kenkirk and wasn't able to because of blinded pilot. Now we have a console fire that's affecting Biggs' mobility. A couple nasty crits early on. I expect we'll see Mr. Vader turn in hard to engage these guys since we really can't get Biggs around. He's not going to be able to turn particularly aggressively because of the console fire. So he's got to get rid of that. He's already carrying some damage. He's got one into hull. The console fire will force him to roll another. Unfortunately here, I think probably Marcus' best call here is to cut Biggs loose and just forego that ability and try to get over and engage Vader or do something, because he can't move with Biggs, because Biggs has got to clear stress, and there he goes. So he's taking a 1, he's clearing his stress, he's going to flip that card as his action. So there goes the crit face down. And that's the question. I don't know. So here goes Kenkirk. Wedge with BB-8 is going to move here. He's...
What's up, guys?
Your game's already over.
I won.
You did win.
Yes.
Okay. Here's
Poe,
Mr.
I lost Poe to 2 proton bombs, though.
Boy, another K-turn. So looks like these X-wings are K-turning again. Mr. Brannon, Ron Brannon has just joined us. His round 2 game is over. He's won. We're watching Marcus McAllister's 3 X-wings against Steven with a Decimator and Vader.
Yeah, I played Marcus last round.
Okay.
I'm very familiar with his list and his red dice.
Well, he hadn't really gotten any. He kind of got out of position early in the game. He's been forced to K-turn a couple times. We had a blinded pilot on Wedge in the last turn of shooting, so he couldn't fire. Here in this turn, Biggs carried a console fire in, so he had to take a green maneuver, clear the stress he was carrying from the previous K-turn.
Okay.
So that he could clear console fire. So that's where we're at here. Marcus hanging in there with Biggs, and really a little surprised, kind of surprised he didn't turn in, cut Biggs loose, and try to engage Vader. Biggs is one into hull, so Biggs might not survive this turn anyway.
Right.
So we'll see how it turns out. But we've also got some safe. If they'd gone with that turn up to engage Vader, I'm not sure they still get him in arc, but they at least manage that. But I see what he was doing as well. Yeah, we're not in the hull on Kenkirk yet. So Vader's target locked. Biggs, I'm not certain if he has arc. He does. Trying to decide if Vader's going to have a shot. He does not. You can actually see the line there.
No shot there.
So no shot from Vader. We're going to have a range 3 shot from Poe into Kenkirk. So one hit, cold red dice for Poe there. Here goes Wedge. I think we got a 3-hit roll. Couldn't see the outcome of that. So now Kenkirk's shooting up Biggs. Biggs has only got two hull left, so that could be it for. So he's going to have 2 hits and a crit on this roll. 1 evade, so hit and crit, so that kills Biggs. So again, I see what he was doing with K turns to force the fire on Biggs, but if he chose to shoot Biggs there dead anyway, and in a situation where you can't manage Vader's movement at all.
Right. Yeah, because he's just squirrely.
He's just over. Right. Had they gone ahead and turned in to Vader, maybe they managed what he's doing a little bit better. But they stuck with Biggs, and okay, they didn't take fire that turn, but they didn't shoot either.
Yeah, and he's not going to BB-8 with Wedge this round. It doesn't seem like he'll be.
They're both stressed.
Oh, they're both stressed. I can't see this.
Yeah, they're both. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, they're both stressed, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
And this is what we're seeing is the X-wing started down here, turned up, and then came up through this gap. Then Vader flew around, and Kenkirk, I think he expected him to come through this gap, but he came around the bottom of the screen. So now he's here. So now he has to K-turn. And that starts this whole...
Yeah, the whole dance.
This whole back and forth yo-yo, and that's what we're on the bottom end of it now. And Kenkirk's going to have to move sort of up and around now, because he can't turn inside that.
They asked the question, what am I running? I'm running Wedge, Biggs, and Poe. Wedge and Biggs, Poe is 10, Wedge is 9, and 11. Correction, 11. Pilot skill is 11, 10, and 5. Biggs has decoy, so if I need him to fire first, I just decoy him and let him fire at Wedge or Poe's skill level.
So there goes Wedge with a one easy one to the left, so he can clear the stress and a focus. Poe, I'd assume, will do the same, but might. Not sure if he can do that cleanly. We'll have to see. He was awfully close to Wedge, so we'll have to see what he turns here. And here goes Poe. What's he got? One straight. Is he going to boost? Poe.
No, I'm just like, that's kind of odd.
Well, I think if he did an easy one to the left, he bumps.
Okay.
But then his guns are pointing in the same direction.
Right, exactly.
See, and now he doesn't have arc.
Right.
So before he'd have bumped, but he'd have had arc.
He would have got to shoot. And that's what I was thinking.
Now he doesn't. So he's going to target lock Wedge, and he's going to take that range 1 shot, and he's going to also receive fire. So I think we get a dead Wedge here.
Yeah, I think. Has he taken any hits yet?
One.
Yeah, this could be. Yeah, and he's got Palpatine.
Yeah, and he's got Palpatine, so he hitting 2 crits. He gets the 1 with the target lock. He's going to focus for 2 evades, so he takes
2 crits.
2 crits, and that kills him. So I think that wraps us up. Pretty quick game. Yeah, we're just halfway through, and this one I don't think has but another turn or 2 left. Fortunately, Marcus just really out of position early.
Yeah.
Hasn't really been able to effectively focus fire. Not really more than 1 ship per turn.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that
Shooting
definitely
and-
hurts. We only got 3 ships. I mean, although.
So that's hit crit on Poe at range 3. He's going to roll. And he takes 2, so he takes a hit and a crit. Both shields. So now Poe has no shields. Poe does have R2-D2, but Poe's not going to be able to take a green maneuver this turn.
Yeah. He could do a 1 straight. I mean, honestly.
But Vader's going to make a conservative move as well.
Yeah.
So
You look at it, that's
I mean, Vader's really going to be able to modify his position here.
right. Exactly.
So
he's at a disadvantage.
he's really in trouble.
Yeah, he could probably do a one soft and hope to bump Vader. It might work.
But I think
it might
Vader
not.
sees that. I mean, does the
I'm banking on a one soft from Poe, and, and he hopes Vader does a one soft or just hits him.
here's the decimator's going to go ahead and just focus. No sense in boosting. What do we got from Poe? He does one soft, so he's going to regen a shield. And he might get the
Yeah,
bump.
because the TIE Advance can't do a one straight, so
He can do one back though, correct?
right. But if he does a one bank, he hits him.
Well, that's what he does, but that's fine
Right.
for Steven at this point. He doesn't care.
Right.
Poe's going to be taking that shot from Kenkirk.
Right.
So he's...
Yeah, but Poe's got his auto thrusters unfocused on him, so
That's true. So here comes Kenkirk's shot.
or it's
Oh, no,
Poe's
it's Poe's shot into Kenkirk.
This is going to be tough to chew through King Kirk though, with
Oh, sure.
one ship.
Sure. Rolls another evade. Boy, he's been rolling, steady rolling evade. So here's the fire back. Lone Wolf's that one. Palpatine's for another hit crit.
That's just miserable.
He's going to get the auto thruster evade. And he avoids all three. Okay. So survives that round okay.
I don't know. I think.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do now?
I think Poe does a one soft left, but then Vader's going to do. Vader might do a two hard left. Maybe if he can make it on that.
Too hard, then roll back.
Yep. If he can if he makes it too hard, he can barrel roll. Yeah, because Poe doesn't want to go to the right at all. If he can, because he just set Vader.
There's
up.
no, I mean, what's the...
Yeah, there's no benefit,
no benefit.
of going that way.
I think we're going to see Kenkirk pull an aggressive turn and boost to get back around. Because he can go ahead and execute the big turn and then boost is going to end up somewhere up in here.
Yeah.
Should be getting another computer here shortly, which will let me
Draw on the
Go
screen.
light pen,
Oh,
yeah,
you
yeah.
can do. You can be all John Madden.
gonna go all telestrator.
Oh, it'll be good. No.
That was something I promised Mr. Heaver I'd sort out months ago, and I know how to do it. I just need the equipment.
Nice.
That's what the when you pre-register for the Steel Open this year, that's what you're paying for. So 3, okay. And does he boost? No, he does. Takes the target lock. Okay.
All right.
Well, he's not gonna. But
No, he went two straight. So,
2 straight.
well, King Kirk's already out of position, so he's probably thinking that he's not going to get shot by King Kirk.
Okay. Yeah, with the 2 hard back roll and the boost, he's in arc again.
Exactly.
Sort of surprised.
I don't know why he didn't do it too hard, but it's not my Vader.
Well, and there's no rush. There's 30 minutes left.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be very surprised.
But the more if you don't rush, then Poe gets shields
And he's
back.
got him at range 3, so he's going to shoot.
Oh, that sucks for Poe. With no focus token.
Right. Because he opted not to.
Yeah. Not to boost.
He made that aggressive maneuver.
I fell for those before. Yep.
So another hit crit. So 2 evades, so it takes one shield.
Yeah, one
shield he regens. So he's back down to 2 hull.
Yeah. He should. Oh, that's right. He did it 3 hard, so he didn't get a shield back.
Yeah, didn't get the shield back.
Yeah, but now he can dance around that asteroid and get a shield, and run away.
Right. Well, this
Is Vader taking any damage?
no.
Okay.
He's not been in arc.
Okay.
Not been in arc. Well, so I thought this was going to end up pretty quick, but maybe not. This could stretch out for a little bit, as these guys might find it tricky to seal the deal here on Poe. I think they'll get him. Just might take him a minute.
Yeah.
So by the time they re-engage him, he's going to be now at 2 hull and 2 shields again. So
Right.
I don't know. it's not going to take Vader long to get around with a too hard boost and a roll forward.
Right. Yeah, Poe might have a chance to get a free shield, but that's about it before he has to start fighting Vader again.
Right. I wish there was a way for me to pan the room with the cameras I got. There's not. We got about, I mean, we might have 40, 50 people in the back room here, game stuff. We got a Flames of War tournament going on.
Pretty big Flames of War tournament, too.
We got a small 40K event going on. It looks like 3 or 4 40K games going on. 3, maybe. So just three 40K games going on. But yeah, Flames of War. I've never seen this many Flames of War games at once. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Flames of War games at one time.
4x6 tables.
Man, that's a lot of Flames of War. I like Flames of War. I like the miniatures.
Yeah, I like Drop Zone Commander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep meaning to get into that.
It's fun.
I'll get up sometime play.
It's different.
Man, today, I mean, love the store up here, but I mean,
I know the drive for you guys across
cow.
the River of Fire, also known as the Potomac, separates a lot of you guys from coming over.
Saturday morning's not too bad.
Yeah,
Weekend mornings are okay. Can't do weekday, and that's just, there's no chance. Because it's a solid hour. It's just about an hour. It's an hour and 20 minutes.
yeah.
All right, so we're gonna. Poe has no arc. I mean, I can tell you by looking at this, I don't even know what they're measuring for.
Who's running the feed? Wade wants to know, I guess.
Who's running the feed? Where? Here? This today? Have to wait for it to get to him.
Yeah. Poe is the remaining X-Wing.
So there's 2 evades. Nothing gets through on Poe. I'm not sure what he's going to do here, though. He didn't turn. I expected him to turn left. He decided not to. Wade, it's if you just logged in, if you're talking about the feed today, it's Aaron Utley running the games we're watching here, games and stuff, and Ron Brannon just joined us as his game ended a little quickly because he's just too dominant. He's just more X-Wing.
I don't know.
He X-Wings harder.
Yeah. My first
than
game,
his opponent.
the reason you're watching Marcus play right now is because Marcus handed me my ass first round.
That was 6 X-Wings on the board?
Yes.
Now, see, that's a
And
game of X-Wing.
almost a mirror match.
Nice.
Almost. My Biggs was kitted out a little bit different.
All right, so here comes Kenkirk around. Boy, I don't know, man. You didn't, it really seems like
Poe's in a world of hurt.
Oh, he's going to force a bump?
Oh,
Try.
I don't know if I think he clears.
If he clears, he's in big trouble.
Yes, because he doesn't have a shield.
No, he did get it.
No. Well, here comes Vader, though.
What's Vader done? So 4 straight.
He's game set.
Boost
match.
to the right.
Yeah.
Target lock, and it's curtains. Yeah, there he goes. So there's the target lock. We have a range 2 shot with Vader with a guaranteed crit. So here comes the shot from Vader. It's all the shooting we're gonna see this round. Hitting 2 crits. He Palpatines that miss.
He doesn't have to Palpatine it, I don't think.
And that's the game. They all get through. So, some positioning issues early on, and Marcus's 3 X-Wings get burned up pretty quick. Entertaining game. Good positioning on Steven's part. And we've got a little bit of a break now.
Yep, now it's a lunch break
We got 20 minutes left in the round, and then we're going to have a lunch break, I think probably 45 minutes. So it's going to be a little while until we get back on. What time is it right now? This round will end at 1:30, so that'll have us back
2:15.
about around 2:15. So hope to
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time. I hope to see you guys back on here shortly. This is Aaron Utley from Games and Stuff in Glen Burnie, Maryland. I appreciate you guys joining us. And Ron's here too.
Ron Brandon from Gaithersburg, Maryland.
Right. And we'll see you guys for round 3.